This year they have lost a lot of animals because it's very dry in the community there. They don't have grazing, they don't have water. We've supported them over the years, like in 2021. We had about 12,000 animals here, for 2 months, just to help community, to provide grazing and protect their livelihood because they depend on these animals. My name is Abdi. I'm the general manager of Borana Conservancy. This morning we are at Loldaiga Conservancy. This is where we have the community cattle under the Livestock to Market program.
This would be a situation where a pastoralist would have lost the cows. Maybe.
Yeah, if these were somewhere in Mount Kenya or up in the community, they will not survive. So this is just one way of also protecting their livelihood. Just to make sure that at least they also have something, they have cattle that they can sell and benefit from.
Okay.
Yeah. The Livestock to Market program was a program that we started on Borana in 2017. It was, I think, around the last quarter of 2017. The way it works is that the community brings cattle onto Borana. We weigh them at the point of entry. We establish the weights at the point of entry of every animal that comes through. And then we attach a sort of a value to that, depending on the market value at that time at the point of entry. Let's say, for example, if an animal comes on with maybe 200 kilos or 250 live weight or 300 kilos, we attach a value of 130, and then we value it at that, and then we recognize that in our books. So what we do is, after that, we chip the animals. We put a microchip under the ear, and then we record the details of the animal, the details of the animal and the details of the owners. Like, okay, we take the ID of the owner, the name, and the weight of the animal, and the chip number, so that at least we can be able to trace it. The program under the program we work with 6 communities that neighbor Borana, so they are the beneficiaries of the program. We don't work with people from far. We just work with our neighbors. We employ herders to graze them. We manage the animals on their behalf. We don't buy from them. They retain the ownership up to that point of sale where the animal is sold. So it still belongs to them up to the point of sale. So we don't buy the animal from them. So we just manage and fatten and take the animal through the system. Once we've done that, then at the point of sale again, we look for, when the animal is ready for sale, when we feel that now they're fat, they're good, they can fetch good money, we look for buyers.
We bring them here, we fatten them, and then we just share the uplift in value.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say if this animal came here with 300 kilos, and by the time we are selling it, it's 400 kilos.
Yeah.
Then 400 times the selling price, we take 20% of that.
Okay.
And as I said, the 20% goes comes to us for management.
Yeah.
10% goes to an insurance kitty, and 70% of the uplift in value goes to the owner, plus the original value, of course. Yeah, selling price times the original weight of 300. So what we share is the weight gains, or the uplift in value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
the main objective was actually just to make sure that the pastoralists get value for their money, and they also recognize livestock as a business, something that can help them get money to take their kids to school, buy food for their family, not just to keep animals for prestige. Because if they do that, if that drought like what we had in 2017, 2016 come, they lose a lot of animals.
Will be enforced. I'm out in the field, nitakupigia baadaye.
Sisi wamama pia sasa sio mambo ya kubeba nyasi peke yake, hata tumeanza mama mboga, magroups za wanawake. Zamani hata hatuna hiyo nafasi. Tuna mahali pengine tunasikia wamama ni kuna wamama wanashikana, kuna mambo wanaendelea, lakini kitambo hiyo miradi imeanza. Hata sisi tumekuwa kama wamama wa Kenya. Sisi pia tuna wamama wa mboga, tunaendelea wamama, hata tunalisha watoto wetu vizuri. Pia yani kukosefu ya nyumba pia iko sawa. Zamani kwa sababu ya hii mafurugo, hata mama na baba wanakosana juu mama anaenda na ng'ombe, conflict inakuja, hiyo nyumba inafunjika. Hata hiyo nyumba sasa ifunjiki, tuko sawa.
Wakati unapotisha ng'ombe, una mtu anahama ng'ombe wakati jilali, wakati nakuja ng'ombe 270 ulitoka na 12. Mtu mmoja. Hiyo ng'ombe utalisha hapa kwa baka lingia. Kama sasa mtu umeamuka, imeshanuka. Kwa hivyo kiangazi tu kikuja tu, mvua kidogo, mtu kwa tayari mali yake. Sasa nusu ng'ombe tu kwa dharaka. Nusu iko bande ya katikati yetu na Samburu. Na ingine imebaki hapa.
After some time we realize that some plants that are preferred by animals are gradually disappearing and then new ones are coming in. And you know, those ones are coming are less palatable or non-palatable. So you may look at a place looking so good, but for us, is what is there for the animals to feed on. If you can remember when the chairman was talking about introducing camels, naturally Borans don't give camels, but as a coping mechanism to climate change and through training, they are gradually picking up camel keeping, although it's a very expensive animal.
None of the women were involved in the management of this. They used to think that this is a main decision. You know, it's a matter of making decisions, and this is yawaze. But now we've really encouraged them. How can we really involve women in terms of really making these decisions? Youth who are involved in just enforcing some of the rules that they usually set. So if somebody is given the first warning, the second warning, and now the enforcement of really kicking him out comes in, that is the time they involve the youth. And you know that involves sometimes some violence to ensure that you kick this person out. But we said, why can't you involve these youth from the time of planning so that they know? And some of these people who don't usually follow these rules are not the wazes actually, are the youth. So how can they really be involved so that they own this process that, you know what, we are the ones who have developed it, and how can we really own it? And we've seen a lot of ownership since. You'll see some of the youth in the data councils, and now they've really taken up and really owned this process and said, you know what, we are the ones who are really planning. We're not even involved in the enforcement, but from the planning. So ownership is key. And women and youth have actually been involved by Wadhes, and we've been telling them, you know, they will retire. And these are the people who will really be coming up and ensuring that the continuity of this data process is ongoing.
I will also encourage them to look after their land, because the issue is why pastoralist cattle are dying is because of mismanagement of their rangelands. So I'll advise them to take good care of their rangelands, try to seek government support to improve rangelands, and also other partners who can help improve rangelands also there, so that at least, and also maybe control the number of livestock, because that's the problem. They have too much livestock. They also have big lands, but they're not properly managed. Yeah.